What's up? Whoa, what's going on here? There we go. What's up, everybody? It's Wes and Andy. Welcome to Tuesday night Random Fandom. It is Tuesday night Random Fandom for the week of
June 25th.
June 25th. This one, Random
Episode
Fandom
66.
66. Oh, 3 away from the magic number. No. I'm
3
just
away
kidding.
from a magic number.
A magic number. Again, I am completely blown away at just how many legs, at the size of the legs that this show has. It has really taken off. And it just it wouldn't be the same without you guys. So thank you very much for tuning in. A little bit of a different thing tonight. This one was a bit of a fastball, and Andy, this is all you.
Well, it's on me, but we're gonna have some help.
It's on you in a good way.
Yeah. So this week we're doing something a little bit different. We're not going with the regular format. We've got a couple of special guests standing by from Great North Comics, and representing Team Auric. Please welcome to the show Dewsbury and Shiro Gauthier.
Wait, where's the clapping? I need the clapping. Where is it? Applause. There it is. Hello, everybody. How's it going?
Going good on my end. David?
Excellent.
Make sure we get everybody. Okay, everybody's all mic'd up. We can hear everybody. Everybody looks good, except for me, looking like Max Headroom, all stuttery, and I still don't know why. I'm going to troubleshoot that after the show tonight.
We'll figure it
out. Welcome to the show, guys. Thank you very much for accepting the invitation. I know it came probably kind of out of the blue. So yes, thank you so much for wanting to hang out with us on our teensy weensy little show that we do here week in and week out.
Yeah. We do have a tradition that we usually open the show with. And why don't we do that now?
Yeah, we can do that. Let's have another round of
Random Fandom Trivia.
So you guys are going to have a slight advantage on this particular question. But for our audience that's watching, okay, let's go right there. Bam. In what year did Auric receive his powers?
We should probably preface this with the addendum that our guests tonight are the creators of the Canadian independent comic book, Auric,
Of the
Great White North. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
all right.
Your choices are A, 1945, B, 1912, or C, 1985.
I think Dave has flown the coop.
We kind of need him.
Maybe.
Well, he's getting.
I don't know if he's
lag.
got. Okay, so maybe there's some. If there's some issues on with the internet. Well, anyway, what we're gonna do, we'll run the sounder. Everybody think about your answers, and we'll check back in with you in just a few seconds. Here we go. Take a few seconds and let's give you some more time as we check in on the live chat tonight.
Gaz is coming in with 1912.
Gaz, welcome, sir. Gaz with the 1912. That's a good answer.
Silver Spider also
coming in with the 1912.
Any more?
Any more? Yeah.
Well, congratulations, Gaz and Silver Spider. You are correct.
What? 1912.
1912.
Nice job, guys.
Stick. You're having some issues on your end, Dave?
I was. Everything seems to be good now.
Okay, so
that happens when you leave a YouTube channel open up on another Another browser.
17 browser tabs open.
Yes, yes.
I hear you.
I'm getting a little bit older, guys. This technology thing's starting to
No,
get.
no,
to me
it's
a little bit.
It happens to all of us.
Listen, we are firmly entrenched in our ecosystem of what we use, and if something changes, oh God, look out. I don't know what we're gonna do.
Panic.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically.
Exactly. TJC, hello, sir. How are things tonight in the UK? I guess it's much more tonight in the UK right now.
Getting back to the topic at hand, so let's talk about the origins of Auric, both in book and in development. It was you, Davis, along with Andrew Thomas, who created the character based on a Mike Ruth design, correct?
Yes, yes. What happened was, almost 10 years ago today. There it is. There's the original Mike Ruth design.
Beautiful
right
sketch. I love that.
About almost 10 years ago, I was part of the board for our local Timmins Con, and part of my job was recruiting artists to come up north and attend our show. And we were able to convince Mike to come up for 2013 and 2014. And in 2014, he actually presented that piece to us. And so 2015, Mike wasn't able to attend. I had actually reached out to Andrew Thomas because I had saw his work online and fell in love with it. And Andrew said, "Geez, okay, I'd love to come. What can I do? Can I make a poster or a print, or can I do a little mini comic or something for the show, exclusive to the show?" And I said, "Yeah, absolutely you can." But I said, "But can I work with you on it?" And he said, "Yeah, that'd be great." So we were just kind of brainstorming, and he said, "You think Mike would mind if we make use of that character that he came up with?" So we asked Mike, and Mike gave us his full blessings. He said, "Go ahead." So
That's cool.
I mean, I see, and I'm not, and I don't want to say that it's, suggestive, but I see the most amazing looking Thundercat that I never got. That's what I see. And it's so cool.
Mike is amazing, man. Over the years, since we've done this, Mike has done, actually, he's done a variant cover for each of the regular issues that we've done. Sharon? Shiro?
Don't worry, Sharon's not a dead name. I mean,
I think for every
I
single
believe
one
he
that
did a
we've
cover
done.
for all of them, all of the issues.
Yeah. So for the regular series, at least. So
Mhm.
he knocks it out of the park every time. It's amazing. You give him a little idea of where you're going with the book, and then he comes up with these amazing pieces. This first one is incredible.
It's just an amazing character, and I don't want to go off script here, Andy, but can I just ask a little bit about the origins of the character, like in universe origins?
Yeah,
I know,
absolutely.
but for those who don't know,
So basically, Auric is a hero that comes out of my hometown, which is Timmins, Ontario. Which
Woo woo, Northern Ontario.
Yeah, exactly. That's our. We kind of proudly, hail him as the first great Northern Ontario superhero, right?
Yeah.
So in 1912, Auric was just a young man working in a mine, because Timmins is a mining community. That's where we kind of came from. And in the mine, him and his workers broke through a rock wall where a mysterious gas escaped from it. And everybody inside the mines were affected. And then once the gas escaped out to the atmosphere, the surrounding area were affected. And everybody that was exposed to this gas started turning into these horrible, disgusting monsters of pure evil. And as Auric was starting to feel the effects of the gas taking over, a northern goddess appeared to him and gave him the ability to quell the beast that's inside him, to harness that power. But his job was, she assigned him to, it's his job to clean up the mess. So for over 100 years, Auric fought the battle. He won. And for 10 years, he got to retire and rest. But after 10 years, the monsters started showing up again.
So 100 years. So we started in 1912. So that brings us to what, 2012, and then a couple of years rest. So now we're talking fairly contemporary then.
Absolutely. So you're the modern story without the origin. The modern story is happening pretty much in modern times right now. So
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Auric is an old man. He's his better days are behind him, but he's fighting the battle again, putting together a new team, and doing what he can to continue the battle.
I love the idea of because and we've so different books have explored this idea, like our heroes in their twilight or in their later years, and I always like that idea that you're not necessarily out to pasture.
No, you still got some road left in you.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, does he take on more of a like a mentorship role as an older hero?
I think that's what we're trying to establish with this first story arc is that he has lost a step, and we see it in multiple uh, events that happen throughout this arc.
Right,
But
right.
he does have a team that he's surrounded himself with that look like they could be the future of you know heroes in Canadian comics. So
I really
he
dig
kind
it.
of plays that Big Papa role type of thing.
Yeah, yeah, no, exactly, exactly.
So that leads us to our first comic published by your company, Great North Comics, the Auric of the Great White North mini issue #1, released on April 25th, 2015. Uh, Initial run of 200 copies for the Northern Ontario Expo.
That's it.
Correct?
So that was the book that Andrew and I put together for the show that he attended. This is what we also refer to now as our issue 0, basically.
Oh wow.
Uh, so we printed this thinking it was a one shot, and we didn't expect anything to go any further than that weekend for the Northern Ontario Expo, which is now called Timmins Con.
Timmins Con.
Yeah, the group that puts it together still identify as the Northern Ontario Expo,
Cool.
but yeah, so we, like you said, we put together 200 copies of this. I think 40 of those were sketch covers, and geez, I could be wrong, but I think we sold about 170, 175 copies on that weekend.
Sorry. What was the print run on that one?
About
200.
200.
And you sold, wow, that's like 2/3 or more.
We almost sold out.
That's
We
great.
were blown away. The media picked it up like crazy. CBC Radio had an interview with us.
Oh, super cool. Yeah.
CTV picked it up. Local radio here and press were covering it. You couldn't have asked for a better reception from people.
No, that's fantastic.
So after that show, Andrew asked me. He said, "Geez, that's a lot of books we pushed in 2 days." He said, "You wanna keep going with this, or?"
What a great idea. Like something to
Absolutely,
steamroll like that and then
Mhm.
take off.
absolutely.
So that got you to your second print, right? Which was another 200 copies later that year in August.
That's right. That sounds about right. Another 200 copies of that. I remember we had them done, and I think the printer that we went through did a rough job, and
Uh-oh.
Andrew had to actually go back to the printer and say, "Hey, listen, man, this is
Not
not
acceptable.
it's not up to snuff."
Gotcha.
But they made good on it, and they came in, and those are the first ones that have the number 0.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a great that's a great segue, because I was fascinated at the idea, trying to wrap my head around what it's like to be an independent creator. I mean, we're independent creators, mind you. Our overhead is so low, but like in the print media space, how difficult is it to get someone to print your book? I mean, supposedly, I guess if you're willing to pay for it, they'll do it for you. But
Yeah.
as a layman, I have no idea what that process looks like. What does that look like?
Absolutely. If you got the money, you can make it happen, right? But
Right.
unfortunately, we're not in the best of situations to be doing printing. We need help. We need sponsors. We need these fantastic crowdfunding campaign pages that are out there. We've made use of them, and they've they've been a godsend to us basically as independent creators. So
Excellent.
So you are literally taking an infusion directly from your audience.
absolutely, yeah. We've been, and again, we've been very lucky with local sponsors. Our local comic book store, Jump City, has been there right from the beginning. There's another local uh, businessman in town that has 2 or 3 businesses. Wicked Stuff is one of them, and
That sounds like
they
the kind of place that we'd like to go to.
Mhm.
oh, it's awesome, man. They've got everything there. From do you remember the old It store back in the
Oh
days?
my gosh, yes.
Yes.
It's that type of store. It's got everything in it. You know what I mean?
Nice.
And
Kind of like what Spencer's is
A
now, I
little
guess.
bit, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
yeah, so
Spencer's is almost a rave store.
we've had them.
Yeah.
We've had several other local and non-local sponsors. Gotham City Comics in the GTA has been awesome to us. These sponsors help give us that initial push to, especially when we go back to print on something. You know what I mean? Like when
Yeah,
you only need a few $100 and you can get that from 3 or 4 sponsors and just put
Sure.
in ads, it makes a huge difference, right? So,
Yeah, no, absolutely it would.
Yeah, because this issue here, it reprinted again for a 3rd, 4th, and 5th printing with 200 copies of each in the 3 years that followed that, correct? Where the 5th printing was the remastered edition with new cover and updated interior colors by Shiro.
yeah, that's Shiro came in. Am I wrong in saying you did number 2 before you did that Zero, right? That remastered Zero?
I believe so.
Yeah, so Shiro came in with issue 2, and she's been with us ever since. And then that also obviously included this Zero remaster that Andrew decided that he had grown since he did the original book, and said that he didn't want to put that out anymore. He wanted to show people what he could do.
Sure,
And
sure.
how do you deny that? Like the guy is
I think
guy's
artists
amazing.
want to create art.
Yeah.
And having Shiro come in and do her magic on it, it's it's 2 different, you know,
I
it's 2
love
different
seeing
books.
I love seeing what is ostensibly the same cover interpreted in 2 different styles, though. I just like that to me is fascinating. It's like
Mhm.
watching those they did the Batman one where it was a bunch of different studios that got together. Same thing like the Animatrix where everybody gets to sort of put their spin on what it is. But this I love that.
Yeah. So that
It's
brings us.
yeah, it's really exciting. Actually, you can go page for page throughout that remastered book with the
Sure.
original, and you'll see Andrew's reinterpretation of it, and obviously with Shiro's colors making it pop.
Yeah.
It was pretty exciting to see that done. How many like I look at it, how many people would love to see their favorite band redo an album that they did 10, 15 years ago that
Oh
was a
wow,
huge
yeah.
hit? Like that, to me, that's what it was like. It was watching them recreate that spark, and as far as I'm concerned, they nailed it. So
Mhm.
And to still have the same amount of passion for the character, ostensibly what years down the road.
A couple of years.
Yeah, yeah, it's amazing. But again, isn't that the magic though of not just comic books but superheroes as well, that they
Mhm.
just capture our imagination and we keep
Hold it.
going back to them. Yeah, exactly.
Going back to it, that gets us to February 2016 with the first full issue of Auric, with a main cover release of 1,000 copies and a second print of 350 more.
yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. You
And
guys,
it
you
looks
guys definitely
just like that.
your research down. Yeah, 1,000 copies. We had some variant covers by some good artist friends of ours. Oliver Castaneda did a black and white
I love
sketch
that
cover.
cover.
Amazing cover. Amazing cover. Shane Kirschenblatt did this like digital painting cover. It's still one of my favorites. It's incredible. Geez, what else did we have? We had like yeah, the second print cover. There was like a Kickstarter version of that. That was exclusive only to the Kickstarter campaign for number 1. And am I forgetting anything, Shiro? Can you think of any other variants for that, or?
There's a couple
I don't know all the
homage variants
variants.
where they're like
I mean,
the
this is number
Batman,
one, and
Oh, look at that!
There you go. There
the
you go.
Superman, the Captain America
My
by Dan Day.
gosh, those are
Okay, so
great.
yeah. So the one on the left, the top left, is the Batman. That's the third print variant of it. The one in the middle is done by a local guy, Brian Montgomery. He actually works with the sequential for. They have the awards, and they do a lot of Canadian comic book news. Boy, oh boy, the one on the right was done by Canadian comic book royalty, as far as I'm concerned, Dan Day, doing the Captain America homage, and
I'm always for
believe-
punching Nazis, by the way.
oh, absolutely, man, absolutely.
100%.
Yeah, and that was done as a Pop Culture Canada variant. So Pop Culture Canada, they put on a bunch of shows down south throughout.
Yeah, they're almost local to us. They're only just in the next county over, really.
Yeah.
There you go. So
Yeah.
they put that together with Dan, because they work well with Dan over the years. Down at the bottom, you're looking at one of Mike's amazing sketch covers on the left.
Oh yeah.
And one of Andrew's early sketch covers on the right. Andrew will probably, if he was here, he'd probably tell you he can knock that out of the water right now. So
Nice.
But that's definitely a cool one with the Captain Canuck helmet under.
I just noticed that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a comment coming in here from Gaz.
Gaz says, "I love that Action Comics in that sweet black and white cover. Yeah, it's beautiful."
Yeah.
Yeah. There's we've been very lucky to have some people contribute to our to our project over the years, and it's been amazing.
with enthusiasm too. Every time we ask somebody, well, I don't know for Davis, but every time I hear about when you guys ask somebody to do a cover, everybody's like, "Yay!" I've been
Absolutely.
waiting for that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And like even with the campaign that we have right now going on, we've had a few artists say, "Hey, listen, how about I contribute something like this?" You know what I mean? And like we've been really lucky. We've been really lucky with some great people, great friends, and it's so nice to be in a community where people actually look out for each other, and they want to see other people succeed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like not trying to tear you down or anything, but literally contributing to building, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So later on in 2016, we would get to issue 2, again with a main cover run of 1,000 copies and 100 for the Mike Roof variant.
That's right. Yeah.
Where am I going? Wrong way. There we go.
There we are. That's actually, without seeing the Beast version of Auric, I was very happy with this cover. It's exactly what I had pictured. I try to talk over my vision and stuff like that with Andrew, and Andrew just seems to take the things that I throw at him and build on them to the point where it's just like, wow, he knocks me on my ass, sometimes. And same thing with Mike. Mike, again, we give him a little bit of a synopsis of what's happening in the book, and he comes up with these great ideas. So.
And like you said earlier, he has a variant on each issue so far, right? So.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, this is where Shiro jumped into the mix. We had a fella from, I believe he was from Spain, Alfonso Pinedo, did the color work for issue 1, and he did a fantastic job. But it was cool to. I had worked with Shiro before with other projects, and it was pretty exciting for us when she said, yeah, she'd be interested in jumping
Nice.
on the project with us. So
Nice.
When am I not interested? It's comics. You tell me you get to do some art, and yes, right away, whatever it is. Is it legal? Yes.
It's true. That's the joy too with within our team Auric Creative is how much enjoyment and enthusiasm everybody brings to the table. Um, not everything is one person's idea. Everybody seems to be able to contribute and kind of build these things into something really special. So
It's interesting though, as an independent though, I mean, we do some other stuff on our show here where we scrutinize other forms of media that are very much come from the studio system, where, on some level there's, an executive level push to make sure that certain things are touched on or are handled, or the story must include all these, sponsorships and all those other things that come from a studio driven project. The collaboration on an independent though, it must be much more different than that. I mean, where, like you say, it is a true collaborative process. Like, what happens when you guys butt heads? Has that even happened?
can you think of it?
Eek.
There, honest to God, my scripts, every script that I hand in, essentially has, a note at the top of it saying to Andrew, listen, you're the visual storyteller here. So if something in this doesn't make sense, change it.
Oh, that's
I,
wonderful. Yeah.
I just let me know what you want to do. Show me what you're doing, so that I can learn from how Shiro and Andrew see things, like in an artistic way. Uh, I'm a very visual person. I'll make storyboards for the pages that I write, and I provide them to them,
And we love
as
them, and we use them as blackmail.
There's a story there.
yeah. There's a story that
Kidding, they're
they will
good, I love
never be
them.
seen. They'll never be seen.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm not much of an artist myself, but I know where our bread is buttered. I know who the visual artists are, and I trust them completely. This is a project for us, and when it comes right down to it, when we put this out, I want us to be happy about it, and if it sells, fantastic. That to me, that's a bonus. But if we put out something that we're happy with,
Yeah.
that's all that matters.
Isn't that something? Does that not sound like us?
Mm-hmm.
We have another show that we do on Sunday nights with a third guy, and we realize that whether, if one person watches our show, it wouldn't matter. These are the conversations we'd be having with each other anyway.
Yeah.
We'd still be doing it. So why not put it out for people to enjoy?
And when you think about it, that's probably the most pure thing that you can have, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So continuing on here, only 35 copies for a pre-release in March of 2017 at the Toronto Comic-Con for issue 3, until you got your full print run.
That's a tough one to get your hands on. I do have one copy of that pre-release, and the only way you can tell the difference is it's like a darker color, like the orange in the mast is a little bit browner. You know what I mean? I was lucky enough that Andrew sent me one of those, and then again we ended up making a massive.
Are you trying to figure out which one you got?
Well, no, I got the one that has the CCBA logo.
Right.
Oh, I can't even see that.
Here, put it.
There we
Use
go.
the other
What a
camera.
beautiful glare.
Here, let's use this one.
There we go.
Much better.
That's not helpful.
You know what? We'll take you by your word. I think he's got.
There it is. I swear it's here. I'm
I'm
holding it. I promise.
So again, like he had said, Andrew was attending a show. The book was complete. We were just in the process of getting the right printer and setting things up, and it was I'm pretty sure the reason was just about finances at the time, and he figured he had enough to self-finance what was it, 35 copies?
According to the Auric page, yes, 35.
35. So he self-financed 35 copies, and I'm sure those things are in the wind somewhere.
Because because there was also 100 copies for the Mike Ruth variant and a Blizzard edition sketch cover with 100 more. So
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
As far as the convention circuit goes, like you've had your fair share of exclusive variant covers for it. So how has the reception been at the events, like past the first one?
Well, you know what? I think, boy, I hate to say it, but Andrew would probably be the most ideal person to answer that question. He does the majority of the shows. Shiro and Andrew do this as a living,
Mhm.
and so he's out there in the GTA, and I think even he's been across the country too for some cons.
I just
He-
passed his. I was at Niagara Falls, 3 weeks ago, and
Yeah.
I walked past his table. He wasn't there at the time, but I saw the name, and I'm like, I know that name.
There you go. So he's busting his ass going to
Yeah,
all of
yeah.
these shows, slinging the books, and Auric's not his only project. You guys know that Andrew's doing, he does quite a bit of lettering for a lot of different companies,
Yeah, yeah.
and he's a busy dude. So he's out there, and he's spreading the word of Auric. And he's spreading the word about all the other projects that he's working on too.
Nice.
So
Yeah, I've got a sketch cover for Captain Canuck done by him. So
Oh,
oh,
very
do
nice.
you?
I
That's
do.
very
Right
nice.
on,
Yeah,
right on.
met him at one of the Oshawa shows down in.
Was that? Oh, that would have been a pop culture show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Right on.
We got a
Oh, I
comic.
hear those are
here.
great.
Ghost of Gerolitis on YouTube says Toronto is a great city. Man, I have had some wonderful Indian food up there. Yeah, there's definitely lots of food to be had.
And follow up.
Comic book nerds always have massive bookshelves. I build mine from walnut.
It's true.
It is true.
You got to put them up somewhere. Say
It
I got a
is
third one
true.
over there.
I do appreciate your choice of woods, by the way. Apparently, you have high-end shelving taste, sir.
Mhm.
Walnut. Wow.
Who, me? Oh,
No,
trust-
our
Geraltus.
oh, okay. I was
yeah.
gonna say this is the cheap stuff behind me.
Everything I've got in here, I think I've got what it's supposed to look like maple. It's all IKEA.
That's the way to
That
go.
works.
You can afford more books if you buy the cheaper
Oh my
shelving.
god. Yes, absolutely.
The only problem is the shelving doesn't hold up once you have too many books.
No, yeah. You get the sag in the shelf. I've
Yeah,
had that
kinda, a
many
little bit.
times. Many times.
So rounding out 2017, though, we get issue 4 with a press run of 500 copies, as well as a Mike Ruth variant with another 100 copies.
Yeah, I believe issue 4 was another Kickstarter campaign that was successful. From what I can remember, we had campaigns for 1, 3, 4, the current one for 6, and then a couple of offshoots, a long winter, and a God in Plastic. So we've had 7 Kickstarter campaigns over the years, and 7 successful ones, thanks to our friends, our family, our fans. So
The Kickstarter model, in terms of other like nerd culture stuff, has quickly become like the number one way to get like a board game to market. When it comes to like trying to solicit a comic book, did you ever have a campaign where like you're like, I don't know, like,
you know what? Honestly, every time I'm
Really?
like that. Yeah, even after 6 successful or 7 successful campaigns,
sure.
I am a nervous wreck. Andrew has taken this one on. I took on the previous 2, which were for the offshoots, a long winter and a God in Plastic. But every time I'm
maybe-
sitting there and I'm watching and I'm refreshing and I'm like, oh my
Yeah,
god,
yeah.
do they hate us now all of a sudden? Or and you know what I mean? And my
Yes,
wife's
yeah,
just
yeah.
sitting there shaking her head at me like, just
Stop
let
looking.
it. Yeah, exactly.
Stop looking.
Let it happen.
Stress wise, I can understand too because there were a couple of years in between issue 5 and the current work we're doing on issue 6. It was a pause. There was a pause.
Yeah, a substantial pause. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it wasn't a
'Cause, I
complete
was just
pause.
actually looking on my wall, and I'm looking at a sequential magazine award for Auric number 5 for favorite comic book for 2019.
Oh,
and now
here we are,
we're
2024.
2024,
2024, yeah.
and now that doesn't mean that there hasn't been any Auric work over those years, but for the regular series, we've had a substantial break there. So, yeah, the thoughts that maybe you've been forgotten and left behind can be there, but you know, you just got to keep plugging away and shouting from the rooftops, and hopefully people will hear that.
I have another one for you, talking about the Kickstarter thing, and maybe you don't know the answer to this one, and maybe I'm just kind of I'm just throwing that stuff out there. But do you notice the same people coming back campaign over campaign?
Absolutely, yeah.
You do?
No,
Okay.
there's a lot of familiar names, people that we know, friends, family, um, peers. Uh, Again, like I said, you never imagine getting into a niche of something and expecting the people that you're competing for market share
Yeah.
with,
Yep.
to be there behind you, cheering you on, offering their help. It's one of the greatest things about doing comics. I find in our indie Canadian world that we're living in, it's refreshing, and it's really, it makes you feel good inside. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
Nice.
I can definitely appreciate that. I know, like I made a joke with Andy about what we do, and I'm like, once we've gone through all the friends and family, then what?
Yeah.
What do you do now?
They
How to
can
make
only
more
subscribe
family.
once.
Yeah, exactly. I was making a joke today. It's like, how many ghost email accounts can I make to
Oh my God.
subscribe? Oh, that's kind of funny. Yeah.
Well, like you said, you did have a bit of a break, but it wasn't absolutely void of Auric. In 2018, you did the spin-off title for Auric's Legion 99 member Norlin, Sorceress of Light, and that one would be released April 21st, 2018 at Timmins Comic Con. How
right.
did that one go over?
Actually, that was another good seller. As far as I know, I think Shiro might have the last 4 or 5 copies of that book.
Oh, they're in there.
Yeah, I ran out of that book a long time ago. I think Andrew's been sold out for quite a long time. So if anybody's looking for it, you know who to talk to.
Excellent.
I should. We have everybody's contacts in the show.
I believe we have all the great North Comics and Auric pages in the show notes.
Well, I'm going to ask you at the end of the show, but let's put it out there now. Are you guys on social media? Can people find you in the world?
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We are.
Yeah,
on
we have you
Facebook.
listed for your website, your Facebook, the Auric Facebook page, the Great North Instagram, as well as a link to the Kickstarter for issue 6.
You guys got it all, man. That's pretty much it.
If we're missing some, we can add it.
I was going to say, if we are missing something, let us know. We will make sure that it is included. So anybody watching this video in the replay, it'll all be there for you.
Excellent. So if anybody needs to get a hold of Shiro for copies of the book, or if they want to commission her to do some work or something like that, that's
Absolutely. We love
can
the
reach
shameless plug. Let's have it.
Mhm.
if you get to me, I'll make sure that it gets to Shiro. So don't worry about that.
Nice. So we would get issue 5 when it was released in March 15th of 2019. Again with a Mike Ruth variant, another really awesome one.
Oh, that's
Oh, that's my favorite one.
Yeah. He nailed that one. Nailed that one on the head. Actually, he had originally had Auric's sword in the place of his belt buckle there.
Oh,
Okay.
And I had told him that at that point in the story, Auric didn't have his sword with him anymore. So I said, but he does make use of his belt buckle for something in the story without spoiling anything.
Mhm.
Yeah, of course.
And he said, "Give me 2 seconds." Boom! Next thing you know, he had it in there. It was.
Oh,
perfect.
nice.
So, yeah.
Nice.
But that's not the only place Auric would show up in 2019 as far as media goes. An episode of the TV series Private Eyes with Jason Priestley would air February of that year, and Auric would make his TV debut.
What?
We do have a clip here.
Really?
We do.
Oh, I can't
So
wait to
let's
see
run
this.
that clip.
Okay, let's look at it.
Wow, look at that.
Bob has some serious talent.
Yeah. Hold on a sec.
Job?
Well, maybe someone at his old job can shed some light as to why he broke down at his new one.
That's awesome.
There's your visual of Oliver Castaneda's
The variant cover.
variant cover. Yeah, his sketch variant cover for issue 1.
How do you get? Is that now? I want to know. Was that a location shoot for the show, or did they just borrow the artwork?
I don't.
They contacted Andrew. They
Really?
somehow they saw the book and they said that they were looking for props for an issue where there was a comic book. I don't know if it was a collector or a creator collector type of thing.
Yeah.
And they wanted some good visuals, and that I believe that's not the only scene. I think there's another scene where you can actually see some other books. There's some other Canadian creators. Their books are in there too as well.
Nice.
That was a huge thrill. I think the next season after they actually contacted Andrew again, and there was I think one of our Tall Tales books, and
Yeah, I believe so, because I do remember a scene where I actually saw one of my Tall Tale covers. I was like,
yes, yeah, the Tall Tales cover and another one of the Auric books were kind of background image. They were in a comic shop. Auric's Tall Tales, which are usually drawn by Shiro and written by Josh Rose, who is our editor on the regular series.
Sure.
And we'll also be writing some of the regular series coming up too.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Nice. You'd mentioned earlier the couple more books that we got in 2021 and 2023, The Long Winter and God in Plastic. How did those ones come about?
Well, a few years ago, I remember seeing an artist tell a story, and it was a kind of a fantasy story, and it was all done visually. There was no dialogue, there was no captions or anything like that, and I found it really striking. And I know that's not the first time that's ever been done before, but that particular story I found pretty inspiring. So I told myself that I wanted to try and tell a story, an Auric story, with in that vein. You know what I mean? With no dialogue and
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and
funny how difficult. Like you think, oh, that's easy enough. No.
You gotta convey everything without using words. Right?
Show, don't tell.
And somewhere along the line, I thought to myself, I know Andrew was tied up with a lot of work at that particular time. He was doing some work, and at some point, I decided that it would be a smart idea to ask 6 or 7 different artists to draw this story. Give them 5 pages or something like that, and kind of run one long story with different styles. And it was exciting because, like Shiro said, I reached out to these different artists, and they were just like, "Yeah, just what do you want? What do you want done?"
Oh, wow, that's cool.
And so, with The Long Winter, we went back to Auric's origin, and then we basically told what happened directly after that, and
after the accident in the mine.
Yeah, after the initial change, right?
Right. Okay.
So that we see that in the regular. What's that?
The adjusting period.
Yeah, exactly. How Auric, how he survived once this change happened, because once all these beasts started showing up, Beast became, public enemy number 1, and he was stuck in that form. He didn't know he could change back. He didn't know he could reassume his human form. So he was walking around just looking like a monster, like everyone else.
Right.
So yeah, so we got to kind of continue this story of his origin, and I'm actually working on the second book. We're gonna call it the Auric Seasons series. So there's going to be the winter, the next one is spring,
Oh,
summer,
very cool.
spring, summer, and fall.
That's very cool.
Nice.
So
Nice. Couple comments coming in here. Ghost of Geraltus.
Ghost of Geralitis, is the comic book artist the murderer in that episode? Did you watch the whole episode yet?
I did not watch the whole episode.
Okay.
So I don't know.
I don't know either.
it's been a long time since I watched that episode. I
I
can't
mean, I
even
struggle with
answer
remembering what I had for breakfast. So imagine in 2019.
that. That's a good question. Geez, I wonder if you can get the global app and,
Hey,
and
probably
I
find.
bet
check
you
it
you
out.
could.
Yeah.
I bet you
A
could.
wiki
Yeah.
entry or something.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah,
go. Yeah.
Another one here from Michael Martinez.
Friend of the show, Michael Martinez says that's got to be an amazing feeling. Congratulations.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would think so.
Seeing it like, international television, right? So
It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I mean, well, Canadian produced show, but I mean, Jason Priestley would have a very large international audience. I
you
would
would
think.
think so.
And,
would
you know,
think so.
like he's no spring chicken anymore, but he's still pretty
No, that's
dreamy.
true. I
Pretty
mean,
dreamy.
Well, neither is Auric, so.
even after his
Touche.
race car accident.
Mhm. But that does bring us to issue 6, which is currently in its Kickstarter campaign
Wait, we're there already?
with 15 days to
Oh,
go.
wow.
It launched with the main cover and the 48-hour early bird special cover by Mike Ruth, and it was fully funded in 20 minutes. How cool is that?
Oh, dear,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah, that's crazy. That, as you can
That's
see,
the
there's
first mainline cover I colored.
Nice.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's Shiro's first Auric cover color.
Excellent.
And to the left, you can see that's Mike Ruth's cover for
The early
that
bird.
specific issue. Yeah, it's still available. It's just not at the early bird deal price.
level. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah,
Sorry, just
no, we were
Refresh my memory. What is she?
super excited to see that.
Issue.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm actually trying to look at the Kickstarter page right now just to see
Oh.
where we're at.
Links in our show notes.
Well,
But on top
I'm
of
trying to do
these,
the live look, the
I
live
know.
right now look.
I know. But on top of these 2 covers, there's also 6 more variant covers. We get the Andrew Thomas Motu variant, which is awesome.
Oh, geez, look at that.
We get Shiro's cover, the Dale Keown Hulk homage, which I love
dig it.
that one.
I dig it.
Love that one.
That's my personal favorite, actually. I like that one.
And I apologize if I pronounce it wrong. The Rob Guillory?
Guillory.
Guillory.
Yeah, Rob
Okay.
Guillory. Yeah.
But his variant, as well as a virgin variant, a black and white variant, and a foil variant of that one.
Yeah.
So
That was a major thrill for. I don't think I'm speaking out of turn. That was a huge thrill for Andrew and I. Andrew got to work with Rob. Rob is one of the co-creators of the Image series Chew,
Nice.
Cool.
which came out. It's got to be close to a decade ago now. It's personally, I think it's one of my favorite series of all time. It's quite brilliant. The humor is fantastic. So Andrew ended up doing some lettering work for Rob's one of his projects, and he said, "Yeah, I think I might be able to talk Rob into doing a variant. Would you be cool with that?" Absolutely. You know what I mean? So he came up with this design, obviously playing on the whole Canadian hero theme thing that we kind of laugh about.
Yeah, you got the Cobra chickens, the maple syrup, and the moose.
The Cobra chickens.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, he knocked it out of the park. So
I have it here now. I hit the link. I got it. Right now, as of this exact second, Auric of the Great White North, number 6, is 300% funded.
Mhm.
Well done, guys. Well done.
absolutely. Thank you very much.
But you still have 15 days to go. If you want to get in on the Kickstarter, the link is in our description.
Mhm. Another
And you know
comment
what? I'd ask everybody to take a look at it. There's a lot of different options there. There's a lot of different, like you said, variant covers and stuff like that. A little bit of something for everybody.
here.
I'd like to get as many people to pledge into it as possible because I'd like to see my creative team. Like I said, this has been kind of a labor of love for all of us, And I'm lucky enough. I have a full-time job with my municipality.
Right, right.
But Shiro, Andrew, and Josh, they do this for a living, and I'd like to see them get a proper pay for the work that they put in for this. So
Yeah,
the
for
more
sure.
people that pledge towards this, the happier they'll be, and the happier they are, the happier I am.
Mhm.
well, the sample pages, I'm just looking at it right now. The 4 or 5 sample pages that are there look fantastic. So, I mean, there's a wonderful sample of what you're in for if you do pledge to the Kickstarter.
Mhm. I didn't post those in any of our slides
No,
because
that's
we
okay.
want people to go over and
Yeah,
check that out.
absolutely. Do go and look at
the
it.
thing. We got another comment here from Michael Martinez, though.
Michael says, just when you think the artwork can't get any better, you go and do a Motu variant. Love it. As do I. I love it.
But that's not all. As you say, there's lots more on there. There's also a physical catch-up package, which gets you all 7 issues.
Yeah. So if you're new to the series, we'll give you a full run right from the start, right? So
Nice.
0 to 6, and obviously they're the most recent printings of the book, but you're getting
The whole
you're
story.
getting Andrew and Shiro's their best stuff, and hopefully you love it.
What a great way to entice new readers, though, by offering all the back issues, which
Mhm.
that's for me as a comic fan. I always found it hard to jump onto a new title. It's like, oh, what issue? What 50? What? No, what?
Yeah.
Ah.
It's
This is
always unique
wonderful, though.
for a number 1 issue, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So number 6, it's you got to work for it. So hopefully we get a few new eyes on the project, and they say, okay, let's give this a shot. And I think it's at a pretty reasonable price tier for that too. So
Yeah.
I mean, what's cover price now on a regular book, Andy?
Oh, it goes anywhere from
There's
probably,
no average anymore.
well,
They're all over the place.
when you convert from American to
yeah.
Canadian,
Oh, boy.
then you add the
Oh, boy.
HST.
Yeah. Because
I think
Spawn,
I think the average is about $7 Canadian, $7 plus
Wow.
Canadian for a comic book now. So
yeah, because Spawn, I believe, is still doing $2.99 US.
one
But
of
like
the
all
few.
your Marvel stuff is like $4.99, $5.99,
Wow. Okay.
or
Wow.
higher, and that's before conversion.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
See, we even had to go with the $9.99 price tag for issue 6, just to be able to justify the printing costs and everything too, right? So
Absolutely. But again, like when it comes to that, like it's the difference between going to big box or going to the boutique store. The money that is going into this is going directly into the printing costs, like you said. And if anything over and above that is going directly to the creators.
mhm.
absolutely.
So, I mean, this isn't like you're not funding a corporation here. You're not padding an investor's pocket here. The people who are investing are here on the screen with us.
Yeah, you're investing in the future
Yeah,
of
no,
the character,
absolutely.
right?
Yep.
Absolutely.
And like you said, there's various combinations with different covers. There's also retailer packages available, so you can get like 20 copies of the single and then one of the variants for your store.
Well, we should
would be
tell
good.
we should tell Jordan about that.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
he's running that independent
Oh,
comic
cool.
thing.
That would be awesome. That'd be awesome. And we'd be happy to once those are on the retailer shelves, send us pictures. We'll go over our socials and make sure that that we point that out. These
Oh, fantastic! Yeah,
these great
that's awesome.
retailers throwing their support behind us.
There's a couple exclusive tiers, I guess you would call it, because you can get the original pencils and inks for a couple of the different covers.
Now, I believe the Andrew Thomas pencils for the regular standard Andrew Thomas cover, I believe, are spoken for.
Okay.
I believe a gentleman from Switzerland
Oh, wow.
purchased the Mike Ruth inks.
Nice.
So as far as I know, all that's available right now is the Rob Guillory art. Keep in mind, this gentleman is a professional artist that's been around for quite a few years. So it's the price tag may be a little bit hefty, but it's definitely
original
worth it.
art. Like,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So even at the price tier that we're putting it at, I think it's a steal for a cover art done by a professional artist. So
Totally.
to be honest with you, all the price points for all of those covers were a very, very reasonable price. So
I think that's sort of where we're kind of spoiled these days, is especially, and I don't want to bring this up, but like in the world of emerging AI, everybody wants top quality. They just don't want to pay for it. I mean, support your artists.
Well,
Real art takes
DC just
time.
canceled that one guy because he was using
Absolutely.
AI on the
Yeah.
Superman covers
Yep.
and whatnot. But
Yep.
That's right.
Martina.
No, it's true.
Yeah,
It's
real
true.
art, it takes time and it takes talent, and it's a skill that is developed over a long period of time, not something that's spit out of a soulless machine. Okay, enough about that.
yeah, but
Sorry.
for the
Yeah,
diehard
because they'll be
collector,
here all day because I have 3 whole rants, one after the other about that. Anyway.
Let it fly. Let it out.
yeah,
Let it out.
But for the
Back to
diehard
Auric. Well, I'm still in
collector,
a good mood.
Okay, fair enough.
there is also the Absolute Beast package, which gets you, I believe, all the covers, a sketch cover of Auric the Long Winter, a cameo in a future book, the
Ooh.
mini graded slab of Auric the Great White North #1, and Auric's Legion Strike beta card game starter deck.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah,
awesome.
That's crazy, and I think 3 or 4 of these have gone already. Which thank you to the people that have pledged towards that. I had a laugh because all these cameos, as I mentioned before, Josh Rose will be taking up the mantle as like the head writer for the next arc that we're working on, and these cameos are Josh's problem now.
Somebody else gets to write that.
But don't worry, they're in very capable hands. Josh will come up with some pretty clever spots for these people. So
Oh, that's fantastic. What a cool way to incentivize someone to get on board. Hey, you want to be in the comic?
Well, the
Right
one
on.
pictured here is Dr. Stevel.
that's right.
Of course it is. As soon as you said that,
Yeah.
of course it is.
Yeah, we've done this before, and it has been very popular. I don't think we've ever opened it up to the point where it's unlimited, but
I know Martin Baruda, he got one in there.
That's
Oh,
right.
Marty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Marty's in there. He's in issue 3, I believe. Yeah. So yeah, no, there's a few of them that we've done over the years, but no, I'm pretty confident that we'll be able to put these faces in some interesting spots in the
That's very
upcoming
cool.
issues. So
Nice.
Very cool.
There's also a stretch goal which has been unlocked, a Auric mini print by Randy Monteith.
Randy is an incredible
It's
artist
awesome.
from Thunder Bay, Ontario. He's another artist that he reached out to me. He said, "Hey, Davis, I want you to check this out." And he sent me the image, and he goes, "What do you think?" And what do I think? It's fantastic. He says, "It's yours. Use it for anything that you can for the campaign."
Oh,
Oh, wow.
that's cool.
And Randy's been a good friend to us, and has provided artwork for us before. And this we knew that this was something that we had to kind of put out there for everybody. So everybody that has pledged and will pledge before the campaign's up for a physical reward will get a comic-sized, we call it mini print, with this amazing art by Randy. So thanks,
That's
Randy.
awesome.
Nice. Yeah, so clearly, I mean, so it's funded in 20 minutes, so clearly this one's going to be a hit.
300%, man.
Yeah, and the tagline, it says, "This is the end as you know it." Can you give us any clues as to where you might be taking Auric next without giving away the ending?
Okay.
If the answer is no is okay.
And that's perfectly fine too.
I
Yeah.
want to be able to give you guys
You gotta
something
ask.
without
You
without.
gotta ask.
Yeah, absolutely. I get you.
I just
And
want to see Davis
there was a
talk
lot of
himself out of
people
this
that
one.
have asked me, like this is the end. This is the end of Auric.
I don't know.
I'll tell you guys this. This is not the end of Auric. Obviously, we're selling cameos for upcoming issues, and obviously I told you Josh Rose will be taking over
Yes, you
as
did.
lead writer for the next arc. So there will be more Auric coming, but you've heard the was it REM? It's the end of the world as we know it.
Yes,
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
it's not the end of the world. It's
Right.
the end of the world as we know it.
As you know
So
it.
something will change.
So there's something that's going to change here.
Nice.
And I will point out the title of no, I'm not going to tell you that.
Oh, that
No,
was
I'm not gonna
that
do
in itself was almost a spoiler.
That could have been a spoiler right
Title
there.
change.
Yeah.
Running title change. I hear running title change. That's all I hear.
Well, Gaz has a suggestion here in the
He
comments.
says, Gaz says, Auric in space.
We
I
would
think
only
that's what
do
you-
that if
that's what
we
you
could
meant to
take
say,
that
right?
audio from you right there, and
Wait, do I
somebody
have
could
my-
press a
see if I have
button
my
and
sounder
they
on?
could hear that.
See if I got my
You got your reverb sounder.
I'm gonna see if I've got the is it working? No, it's not. I don't have it set right now.
Oh.
I could have done it in the trivia voice.
That's true. One more from Michael Martinez here.
Michael says, I'm sitting here imagining how good I would look in print.
Michael,
Absolutely.
get in on that beast tier, man. We'd be happy to have you try out our book, and we'd be happy to draw you into the book. So if you want, man, give it a shot.
It's
And
worth
besides, Michael, I know you live in the US. Your dollar goes a lot further.
True. True.
We do love our Southern brothers.
Yes, absolutely.
But yeah, that brings it to the end of my line of questioning.
What? No.
I know. Anything else you guys want to dive in on, or?
Shiro?
that much. I think we pretty much covered it all.
We've hit
Yeah,
it all.
no, we just went through 9+ years of history there. Holy moly!
What was it like looking in the mirror like that for you guys?
Oh my god, I feel old. Is there white in my beard now?
I know there is in mine.
We're all a little scruffier
I
now.
don't know, my
aren't we?
beard feels fine.
Oh. Yeah, no, it's you know what, we're very excited about this issue 6 that we're going to be putting out. We'd like you guys to all check out the Kickstarter, see if there's anything that interests you, and give us a shot. We're really proud of the work that we do. We work hard to put out a good book, and we'd like you to take a chance on it. So
I can't wait to read this one myself. So
I want to take a second just to say a huge thank you for taking us up on this offer to come and hang out and talk about not just the Kickstarter, but Auric and all of the great work that you guys are doing on the book. I am excited at what the future holds. Running title change. New writers, running title change. Something good's happening.
I was talking about the story arc title.
Okay. I'm sticking to it until it happens.
Beautiful. I'm just glad you're along for the ride. That's all.
Absolutely. Before we let you go, I just want to last thing, and we always do this with everybody. Do you have anything else on the go, side projects that you want people to know about? This is a time, plug your social media, whatever you want to talk about. Go.
Shiro?
Why is it always me first? Is it just because when I see a camera, I turn into a clown? Is that it?
You're having a more exciting life than I do.
No, I have a better studio than you do. But I am currently at the tail end of a crowdfunder because we had a successful Kickstarter for Babarian Queen Karybdis.
Oh, nice.
Which is, as the title implies, it's a Bleh! Hey, c'est dur à dire en anglais, okay? Barbarian story.
Yes, that one.
I'm sober.
Yeah, what's your excuse?
ADHD. French ADHD. About the queen of the title, Karybdis. I can say Karybdis, no problem, but no, I can't. And she's questing across the land of Maelstrom in order to retrieve her daughter from the Necromage. It's written by Lee Newman, who is as fun to work with as Davis. No, I'm
must
not
be
gonna say
lots
if
of
not
fun.
more. You guys are equally fun. But jaloux.
It sounds very
the
exciting. I hope
Yeah,
people.
the books are sent to the printer. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh,
I had a
very
lot of
good.
fun drawing it, and I know I'm going to have a lot of fun reading it.
Nice.
Perfect. Davis, what about you, man?
Me
It's
right
funny.
now, that the last words on the script. It's funny because for issue 6, the last thing that I did was finish the last 2 pages of the script. Everything was storyboarded, and I knew exactly where I was going, and that everything was written in like long form type of thing. But I don't think it's really fair not to provide a proper full script for Andrew. So that was handed in the week before last. Don't worry, guys. That doesn't mean that this is going to take longer. Andrew has, out of 36 pages of story, I believe he has 27 pages drawn.
Ooh,
So he's and he pounded out 3 last week. So in 2 days. So he's in
that's
good shape.
motivated.
Oh yeah,
Motivated.
we're in good shape. So right now, my focus is switching over to the seasons series for the spring. So the Auric of the Great White North, Hope Springs Eternal
Nice.
is so that's an exclusive for you guys. That's what the next
nice.
series, the next season series book is going to be called. So
Awesome. That's great.
Nice.
All right, man. Andy, what else? What do you got?
That's all I've got. We're back here Sunday evening though, with our next episode of the Acolyte in Review. So be sure and come back and hang out with us for that. But yeah, definitely go check out this Kickstarter. And if you haven't already, then that catch-up pack is what you need.
Or go full beast.
And go
Full beast. Full beast.
and catch-up. Why not?
more cameos for everyone.
You get a cameo, and you get a cameo, and everybody gets a cameo. Special thanks to my partner here, Andy. Thank you very much for putting this together. Things came together very quickly, much quicker than I thought. I didn't have enough time to do my homework, but I promise I will catch up.
Absolutely.
All right, I think that's it for me.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we got one more.
We got a couple more here.
Michael Martinez says, Davis and Shiro, thank you both. I learned a lot and I plan on checking it out definitely.
And
Awesome.
Gaz,
And our boy Gaz says, okay, I got it. Auric finds himself in a trailer park called the Starlight Starbright, where he's playing a video game and gets recruited to the Star League.
and that's how he winds up in space.
Auric in space.
Gaz, are you looking for a job? Thank you so much for doing this, guys.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you for taking time out of your schedule on a Tuesday night to come and hang out with a couple of nerds from this part of Ontario. So thank you so much.
Our pleasure.
All right, just stick around, guys. We'll sign off and we'll come right back. All right, guys. Remember, Sunday night for the Acolyte in Review. If not, we'll see you back here next Tuesday for our next regular, unless I get another fastball, our next regular installment of Random Fandom. Until then, everybody, for Fandom Power, my name is Wes.
I'm Andy.
We will see you on the next one. Bye for now, everybody.